There was a time in the era of great chaos when the Earth and the Moon were at war with each other. A daredevil from the moon piloted a bizarre aircraft. It was feared, and because of its shape, called Einhänder.
During the arcade heyday, shooters, shoot-em-ups, or shmups were the cream of the crop. Virtually every arcade game was a shooter of some sort or another. Some of the very earliest hits on the Famicom were also shooters. Games like Gradius or Gradius, which was actually one of the system's first million sellers. The problem is, like all good things, there is such a thing as, well, too much. The entire genre was eventually oversaturated, and ultimately shooters fell out of the spotlight. Today, they're a genre dedicated only to the most hardcore fans. Bullet hell shooters and others like that tried to spice things up, but for the most part, the genre is long past its prime. The same was true in 1998, when Square took a chance and developed a shooter that was, well, more or less really unique for its time. While it didn't spark a total revolution, it did prove that even in markets where almost everything has been tried multiple times before, it's still possible to do something unique and fun. Perhaps the best feature of Einhänder is its incredible use of moving camera angles. The entire game is fully rendered in 3D, but the action plays on a 2D playing field and the camera is on rails. Often the camera will swoop in and out and around your ship, sometimes even behind, and all the while you have complete control. It's great because it makes for some really interesting boss battles and just really fun, unique levels, and it gives the game a truly unique flavor. At the game's onset, you have access to 3 unique ships, with another 2 waiting to be discovered. At any point, you can adjust your ship's velocity, which is a great touch. This game's gimmick, if you will, is that you have the ability to snatch over a dozen enemy weapons by destroying incoming enemies. Let's say there's a powerful, ship ahead of you that has a wicked looking rocket launcher. Well, as long as you destroy its body, or the ship itself, and not the gun, you can go ahead and steal that weapon for yourself. These unique weapons only have a limited amount of ammo, but it's great fun experimenting and finding the best one for your current situation. The various ships also differ in the way they can hold different weapons, or different amounts of weapons. All ships can pivot their secondary weapon either over or below the craft. Some can only hold 1, while others can hold up to 3. But selecting the right ship is important because you need to feel comfortable with the ship that you're using, because it's a damn hard game. And one hit sends you back to the previous checkpoint with all your weapons gone. Thankfully, there is an adjustable difficulty level, which makes the game much more enjoyable overall. Most PlayStation 1 era polygon-based video games haven't aged too well, but Einhänder is different. It still holds up, actually surprisingly, shockingly well, with enemies nice and detailed and the environments, while simplistic, still very much looking as they should. There's also a fantastic audio package here. Not only is the soundtrack utterly fantastic, but the sound effects themselves pack a punch. This is one of those games where you're going to want to go out and get your hands on the soundtrack. I've always enjoyed shooters. Even though as I get older I find I'm getting worse and worse at them. I guess my hand-eye coordination just isn't what it used to be. But I was really surprised by how much I actually enjoyed Einhänder today, revisiting it for this very review. It's just creative enough to help separate it from the rest of the pack. but retains that classic risk versus reward the genre is known for. If you're looking for a great shooter, look no further than Einhänder. Although do be warned guys that it's not going to be cheap, and it's currently only available on the original PlayStation, as in the disc. So all you PS3 owners out there, no PSN version for you. For the full written review, be sure to check out projectcoe.com.
Do